What's up, everybody? It's that time. Week 5 of the NFL. Now, here we go. Let's start our picks. So, the first game we are picking is the San Francisco 49ers versus the LA Rams. The 49ers are just really beat up now. They got Brock Purdy's not playing. It's going to be Mac, Mac Jones. Ricky Pearsall is out. Javon Johnson or whatever is out. Javon Jennings is out. Um, I'm going with the Rams to win this game. I think the 49ers are just too beat up. I just don't believe in them. The next game, the Minnesota Vikings versus the Browns. Cleveland Browns. Now this game's in London. Now we heard the news. Joe Flacco is not the starter anymore for the Browns. Dylan Gabriel is. The Vikings lost a game against Pittsburgh a week ago in Ireland. Carson Wentz and the Vikings looked kind of bad. I know they made it close and made it tougher, but Pittsburgh ended up winning. So in this game, I could see the Browns winning this, but I just don't know if I trust Gabriel yet in this game. So, with that being said, I'm going with Minnesota to beat the Cleveland Browns. The next game, Indianapolis Colts versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The Colts had the game won, or had a good game last week, but fell apart and lost, and had that mistake where the receiver dropped the ball right before he scored, so it was a touchback. They're taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, who probably regret they have Geno Smith. Geno Smith has not been good. The Raiders finally got Genty going though last week, so that's a good sign for them. But other than that, Raiders just are not good. They defense isn't very good. Geno Smith is not good at all. He's playing pretty similar to his Jet days, and yeah, I'm going with Indianapolis to win this game. I think the defense is going to be able to force turnovers on Geno, make it tough on uh, the running back. The running game is not going to be good, I don't think. It could be decent, but I think the Raiders will not win this game. Give me the Colts to win that game. The next game is the Jackson Dart led New York Giants now. They won a game last week. They're traveling to New Orleans to take on the New Orleans Saints, who have not won a game yet. I think I'm going to pick the Saints. However, to win this game, I think it will be tough. I believe this might be the only game that the Saints actually have a shot in. I think the Giants are dealing with some injuries. Yeah, Jackson Dart is giving them some hope, but I think the Saints can win this game. I really do. And would I be surprised if the Giants win? No, but I'm going with the Saints. Next game, the Dallas Cowboys going up against the New York Jets. Man, what a show last week. Sunday night last week. Cowboys and the Packers ended up in a tie. I'm not sure what you can say about the Jets. Just that they're not a good team. And I'm going to pick the Dallas Cowboys to win this game. However, it would be kind of not a surprise if the Cowboys somehow lose, because sometimes they're known to lose these random games against teams like the Jets that are winless. I really think though that Dallas wins. I don't think um, Jets win. It would be funny and not really surprising if they did, but I don't think it will happen. Next game, Denver Broncos going to Philly, who I don't know how Eagles keep winning. They find ways to win. They play one real bad first half, and then out of nowhere in the second half, they're like a whole different team. Which I guess is more important if you can win. They're taking on the Denver Broncos that beat Cincinnati. Okay. This could be a tough game for Denver to win because Philly's defense is good. Philly's offense, their pass offense, second fewest in the NFL. They don't really pass the ball much. So in this game, I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles at home in a game that's going to be a battle of two defenses. I'm not sure if A.J. Brown and stuff will step up in this game, but he could. But I think the Eagles will find a way to win this game. It'll be a tough game. Don't get me wrong. It will. Next game, the Miami Dolphins versus Carolina Panthers. Man, Miami must feel bad. Tyreek Hill, done for the season. They haven't really looked very good either. Carolina, not a good team either. I'm gonna pick the Dolphins to win. But I would not be surprised if Carolina beat the Dolphins. But I am taking the Dolphins. The next game, the Houston Texans versus Baltimore Ravens. Now Lamar Jackson may not play. He's dealing with the hamstring or something. Derrick Henry has fumbled in 3 of the games. Houston finally got a win, but it was against Tennessee, so I don't know how impressive that is. But to get a win, that's, I guess, impressive. Baltimore pass defense and overall defense is basically last. I think I'm going to do this. I think Texans win this game. I think I'm also basing it off of that Baltimore's defense is not good, and they have too many injuries, and Lamar may not play. So it might be Cooper Rush, and I just think that Houston will be able to win. It's going to be a tough game. Baltimore could still win, but I'm taking Houston to win. Next game, Tennessee Titans and Arizona Cardinals. Well, this game, battle of 2 number 1 quarterbacks, number 1 draft pick. Ward versus Kyler Murray. Man, Cardinals dealing with injuries at running back. They just lost their other one. He's out for at least for Benson, out for 4 weeks at least. That's tough for them. Tennessee, not really ready yet, I don't think. I'm going to take Arizona. I just don't think Tennessee's ready to win yet. The next game. What a good game this will be. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks, surprisingly, 3-1. People had questions about them with Sam Darnold. They surprised. They almost lost to Arizona, though. Tampa's coming off a tough loss to the Eagles. A good game there. It is a battle of quarterbacks that were on the same team in Carolina Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold pretty much are even at yardage, but Mayfield has more touchdowns and less interceptions than Darnold. He got a decent running game with Walker, Charbonnet, Walker. You have a good wide receiver named Jigba. And then on Tampa side, you got Godwin, who just came back. They're dealing with some injuries with Mike Evans being out, but they got Igbuka, if I said his name right. They got him. They got Rashad White, who may be running back because I don't know about Bucky Irving's status. He may miss the game, but who knows? And yeah, this is going to be a good game. I am going to pick Tampa Bay to win. I think Tampa Bay will have a little too much for Seattle firepower. I just think it's going to be a shootout, possibly. But I think in the end, Tampa Bay wins. The next game, the Detroit Lions versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati, I don't know. They started 2-0. Great. They're 0-2 since. Great. No Joe Burrows. That hurts them. Great. Lions are rebounding after that week 1 loss to the Green Bay. Great. I think Detroit wins. I don't really think I don't think the Bengals are gonna win. Next game. So give me Detroit. Next game. Washington Commanders versus the LA Chargers. Chargers started 3-0, lost last week. Jaden Daniels is back for the Commanders after missing 2 games. They got McLaurin on the injured list. I think he's supposed to be coming back. I don't know his status. And then I guess Debo didn't practice, and Noah Brown I don't think did. Give me the Chargers at home. I know this could be a good game. I know Daniels is good, but I'm trying to see how he'll respond coming off his injury. And I think the Chargers' defense is better than Washington's. Washington's defense tends to give up a lot of wide receivers, a lot of receiving yards, and I think with that, I think Chargers got a good running back, Omarion Hampton. Herbert's playing good. I think Chargers will be too much for Washington, which could be a good shootout. Could be a good game. I'm not sure Washington wins in the end. The next game is the New England Patriots taking on the Buffalo Bills. Man, Patriots, Drake May's playing very good. They've had some fumbling issues with the running backs, however. And you got Stefon Diggs, who had a breakout game last week. Buffalo is playing very good. Their defense is a little questionable in some parts, but their offense is good enough. Josh Allen's playing good enough that it doesn't really matter, and they can still overcome some of the hardships of parts of their defense. Their defense is still pretty decent. The Patriots are going to come in fighting, They're going to play hard. I think Buffalo wins this game. I don't think the Patriots will be able to win. It could be tough for a while. It could be a close game in the end. But give me Buffalo to win. And now, the final game of Week 5. You got the Kansas City Chiefs going to Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, Mahomes, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception, almost 1,000 yards passing. Sneaking back into being like their old self, it seems like. The Chiefs starting 0-2, 1-2, beat the Ravens pretty easy last week. coming in where, if you look at historical, Mahomes owns Jacksonville, hasn't been pretty good. Trevor Lawrence cannot beat Kansas City, and so for that, Jacksonville's a good team right now, but I'm going with Kansas City to win this game on the road in Jacksonville on a Monday night. Give me the Chiefs on the road. And there you have it, folks. Week 5 of the NFL picks. We'll see how we do. See you guys next time.